final objective of what we are doing, which is safeguarding biodiversity in the forests around the world and fighting poverty, which is, I think, we all agree is the most important thing we are doing, even if each of us are working with one small part of this thing. That is the overall objective. So this is what we are trying to focus on during the final evaluation.
Forest certification and poverty alleviation, it's more related with indigenous communities than private companies. The case is that you see that most of indigenous communities are far forgotten from the state. They're not important from the state. They lack of technical capacity, and most of them cannot cover the basic needs. So you see cases of malnutrition and poor health. They really don't know how to manage their resources, but we have found that with the right amount of support and provision of technical and legal assistance, and trying to find some kind of partnership with a third party, such another NGO or someone that works with them under the Regency model, you can see that they can reach this organizational structure that is good enough for them to start managing their resources in a better way.
And forest certification can come in the way of addressing marketing of non-wood forest products, which the local communities are able to derive from the forest.
In Kenya, the traditional wood carving industry was identified as a key degrader, mainly by particular communities who depend on this as alternative income.
The high conservation value forest, that is something that is imposed on the forest essentially by outside interest, by outside factors. If a forest has a high amount of rare and endangered species, if it's an important catchment area, if it has a high concentration of heritage objects in it, that will cause it to be a high conservation value forest. That doesn't mean you can't harvest or carry out management objectives in it.
I think communities work very hard in managing the forest and preparing products for sale. But if they get a very low price, it will not be sustainable for them. It will not give them incentives to work hard. So I think forest certification helps them to improve their price, helps them get more education about how to manage their forest products, and this is why I think certifying a forest is very